She's a church-going woman and she needs a man. Ooh, don't you know? She's a church-going woman and she needs a man. She's Aunt Flo.
Hi y'all, this is Aunt Flo. A lot of you have been saying, where's Aunt Flo? Well, I've been around, but I was trying to just keep a low profile. I'll explain to you why. Well, we've had a very difficult year this year, as you know, and it has been testing my faith. It is getting very hard to be a good Christian. It's getting harder and harder every day. Now, in the spring, I just thought we were having a normal pandemic and it would pass. I tried to keep a positive attitude. In the summer, I couldn't go on vacation, but I went to the local park. The great outdoors. I love it. I gained a quarantine 15, like everybody else. Oh, you look at that. See, I just got here and the fellers are whistling already. They don't care about the quarantine 15. Matter of fact, I think most of them prefer it. We should gain quarantine 15 more often. But yeah, I gained that quarantine 15. That's not gonna stop me from catching some rays. No, sir. Getting sunlight is the best way to increase your supply of vitamin D, and it's for free too. Hot tip if you like free stuff. Wearing a bikini is the best way to get the maximum amount of sun exposure without getting arrested for public indecency. And I just thought of something. If the vitamin D comes from the sun, well then the closer you are to the sun, the more vitamin D you must get. So I'm gonna lay out here on this ledge. That's better. Oh my word, I almost forgot my mask. There, that's better. Now I'm just gonna lay out. Home sweet home. Now what I really want to see is, did I get a bit of a tan? Oh no! Hot tip, if you're gonna sunbathe with a mask, wear a visor too. And yes, I did end up with some lines on my face from tanning with the mask. At the time, I thought that was the worst of my problems, but it did get worse. Those quarantine 15, they turned into the quarantine 50. But I thought, I have to just stay strong in my faith. We're going to get through this. And I'll tell you, it's not easy staying strong in your faith when all you got is an online church. I know there are some churches that were letting people come in, but I cannot worship the Lord with a mask on my face. I cannot sing with a piece of paper covering my mouth. So I chose not to go. And I guess it's just hard to remember to open your Zoom at 11 in the morning, you know. Anyhow, I didn't really go to church very much. Lord forgive me. I did pray with my friends, but only on the phone. I just had no more people to meet and gather with. It's just like a war on Jesus. This virus is the Antichrist. This virus wants to rip the church right apart. Just rip it, destroy it. This virus is just straight from Satan himself. So I prayed to the Lord, protect me from the virus. Please, Lord, and help me keep my strong faith. And then I started to notice that things were getting really strange. And I realized, good Lord, we're straight up in the end times. This is it. I've been waiting for this moment my whole life. But now that it's here, it's not at all like I thought it would be. And I'm really not that happy about it, to tell you the truth. First of all, I've had this bag packed for a long time. This here is my rapture bag. I've had it packed for years because it does say no one knows the hour and the day, and the Bible does say he will come like a thief in the night. It says to keep your lamp lit. I've been running up huge electricity bills for years just to make sure that everything's cool when Jesus comes back. You know, I want things to be ready. Had my lights on. I've been ready. Ready, Lord. I got my rapture bag. It's all ready to go. You know what's in here? First of all, my Bible. Very important. Because if the rapture comes, I want to make sure I got one of these on me so he knows I'm supposed to go up. And then I didn't know how long it was going to be or how it was going to be when I got raptured. I thought, maybe it's going to take a while. Maybe I'm going to be standing around outside of my nightgown for a couple of hours waiting to get raptured. So I brought some snacks. I've had these Filipino mixed nuts in here. Yes, from the Philippines. I've had them in here for a while, and sometimes I eat them and I put a new one in there. And also, I'm bringing with me a bottle of Doritos tamarind soda. So, let me just pack it. I'll keep it ready all the time because you never know. And I still have hope, but it's dwindling, and I'm going to tell you why. Anyhow, that's my rapture bag. So, here is the problem. This is what's really weighing on my heart. I realize, definitely, yes sir, we are in the end times. So then, inquiring minds want to know. So I went to look for more information on exactly how is this going to play out. I know that faith is all about not knowing how things are going to go and just trusting the Lord, but I really wanted to know. So I read my Bible a lot. And I was kind of disconcerted. It was not how I wanted it to be. And you know, I read all these verses before, but all of a sudden they had a whole new meaning to them. A very personally relevant one. Revelation 7:14. Now, if you want to know what the end times, the best place to look is Revelation, because it's all about the end times. Revelation 7:14. And I said unto him, Sir, thou knowest. And he said to me, These are they that came out of the great tribulation, and have washed their robes and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. And I thought, oh no, that doesn't sound good at all. These are Christians. They washed their robes and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. What are they doing coming out of the tribulation? Weren't they supposed to get raptured before it started? So that was very disturbing. I mean, how did I miss that? They came out of the Great Tribulation. And they were bugging God. They were asking God, you know, when will you avenge us or something like that. So, let me see. I'm going to Google it right now just to make sure. Actually, wait. I'm just going to look in my little Bible right here. You know, the context is always very important. Yeah. It says that they come out of the Great Tribulation. For this reason they are before the throne of God, and they serve him day and night in his temple. And he who sits on his throne will spread his tabernacle over them. Whew! And that was only one thing. And then I found Matthew 24:13. When Jesus says, He that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved. Or he who endures till the end shall be saved. And I always thought this meant something like, you know, resist temptation and serve the Lord and just endure, and then when you die, you go to heaven. But apparently not. According to Google, it says, when Jesus says, He who endures to the end will be saved, he does not mean that you must be good until you die to be saved from hell. He's talking about a specific group of people in the future who will need to endure to the end of the tribulation in order to be saved from physical death. Good Lord! This was from 2017, and he said a specific group of people in the future. Well, it's not the future anymore. It's right now. I am kind of disappointed. You know, I've been a good Christian for a long time, and I was hoping that I would just kind of have an easy time. You know, the last thing I thought I was going to have was to get stuck in the middle of the tribulation and have to endure a whole bunch of stuff. And I got to do all that to get saved? I thought I was already saved. It just doesn't seem fair. I mean, look, I'm not trying to question the Lord's judgment. I'm sure he's got a reason for doing these things. But it's like everybody who ever lived in history, they just got to live their life, get saved, and then die and go to heaven. And then us people, we got to live our lives and get saved, but then you're not really saved unless you go through the whole tribulation. We got a raw deal. Man, I cannot believe it. There better be an upside to this. I sure hope. Oh, well, it does say you get to be in front of the throne of the Lord forever. Yeah, you do get to be in front of the throne of God. So, it's going to be a rough time. It's going to be a long haul, but we better endure to the end, because then it's going to pay off after. And then, you have no choice anyway, because what is the alternative? You either just get through the tribulation and don't go along with any of that Satan stuff, endure till the end, and then you get saved and go to heaven and be in front of the throne of God. Now look, I know there's some people that are going to say, I don't really want to go along with enduring stuff because it's not going to be comfortable, and maybe there's another way I can get through this, right? Well, apparently not. You all know about the mark of the beast. It says that, and he provides that all rich and small, rich and poor, great and small, slave and free, they all have to have this mark in the right hand or in the forehead, without which they cannot buy or sell. The whole world has to have this little thing in the hand or the forehead, or there's pretty much nothing they can do, right? So, what's the big deal? They got microchips in Sweden to ride the subway. Maybe it's just going to be a little thing like that. Well, not so fast, because according to the Bible, it says the first angel went and poured out his bowl on the earth, and harmful and painful sores came upon the people who bore the mark of the beast and worshipped its image. So heads up to you, Revelation 16:2 says that if you receive that mark, you're going to have loathsome sores. So you might want to think about it before you do it. So we're in trouble, and these are very, very difficult times for Christians. It's a good time to be a Christian, though, because at least then you do get to be in front of the throne of God and not stuck down here with a bunch of loathsome sores. But I'm disappointed because I had my rapture bag packed, and I knew that some terrible things were going to come down the road, but I really thought that I would be spared. And apparently not. It's in the Bible. It says it right here. I don't know how we got this idea we were all going to get raptured and be floating around in our underwear. I mean, our nightgowns floating up to heaven. And then all this awful stuff was going to happen down here. Maybe it's because of the movies. Because there was a movie called Left Behind where all these people, like, disappeared. Except for the poor suckers who were stuck here. Yeah, I seen Left Behind, and I thought that was how it was going to be. But apparently that was a lie. It's not going to be like that. So get ready. You better pray a lot and ask God to strengthen you, because you're going to need it. Oh, Lord help us all. Everybody's trying to avoid ending up dying of the pestilence, but I think that the people who go before the tribulation will be the lucky ones, because it's not going to be easy. So that's not to worry too much, because it's in the Lord's hands. There's really nothing much we can do about it. Anyhow, I'm no longer worried about my bad tan or my quarantine 50. I'm worried about the salvation of my immortal soul. And I'm praying to the Lord that He keeps me strong and He keeps you all strong too. I know that's not a fun thing to hear during the holidays, but it's very important to know this so you don't screw it up. Oh, I was so busy worrying about getting stuck in the tribulation, I almost forgot to wish you Merry Christmas. I know it doesn't seem very merry, but I pray that you found a really great worship music playlist and you sing your heart out and make merry with the Lord. Sorry, my shirt came unbuttoned. It's because of the quarantine 50. Anyhow, we're definitely there. It's the end times. Jesus is really close to being on his way. There was actually an astrological phenomenon that happened on the 21st. It was the Christmas star. It was actually a conjunction of Saturn and Jupiter, and they came together just like that. And if you could have seen it, it would have looked just like one of those stars in any Christmas picture. Star just like there was on the original Christmas when Jesus was born. And I went out to look for it, but the sky was so cloudy I couldn't see a thing. And it was like that all over North America, U.S., Canada, I think in Europe, and Australia. The only people who got to see it were the people in South Africa. So, maybe Jesus is showing favor on them. Maybe that's where he's going to show up. I don't know. But there's definitely something to that star. Woo! We're definitely in the end times. And so that's it. I love you all. God bless. I'll see you soon. Bye!
She's a church-going woman and she needs a man. She